My beloved child, do you notice the rhythm of your breath even now as you read these words? Inhale. Exhale. This simple act, often unnoticed, is one of my most constant gifts to you. Every breath you take is evidence of my sustaining care. Long before you drew your first breath in the arms of your mother, I had already written the number of your days in my book. And with every breath since, I have been near, watching, upholding, giving life that flows unseen through your body. You may feel the weight of years pressing upon you, and your body may not respond as it once did. Perhaps your lungs are weaker, your steps slower, and your strength less certain. Yet even in this stage of life, I whisper through every breath, I am with you still. I am holding you. I am sustaining you. Do not mistake frailty for abandonment. Your fragility only makes my nearness more precious. You see, I am not a distant creator who wound up the universe and then left it to run its course. I am present in the smallest details of your life. When you rise in the morning, though you may feel stiffness in your bones, it is my spirit that grants you the strength to stand. When you sit in quiet reflection, perhaps with a cup warming your hands, the air that fills your lungs is my gift, reminding you that I am sustaining you in this very moment. Do you remember the seasons when you thought you could not go on? The hospital rooms, the gravesides, the lonely nights when you whispered, Lord, I cannot take another step. Yet here you are still breathing, still alive, still held. That is no accident, my child. Your survival, your endurance, your presence in this very moment is a testimony of my care. I do not grow weary. You may feel exhaustion in your bones, but I do not tire of sustaining you. I do not turn my face away when you are weak. Instead, I lean in closer. The world values strength, productivity, and youth, but I value you for who you are. Still my beloved, still my treasure, still the one I delight to carry. Remember when you were young, how full of energy you were. You may have run, worked, labored, and accomplished much. Yet even then, your breath came from me. Now in the twilight of your years, when every breath feels more fragile, do not think that I have left you. I am the same God who sustained you then, and I sustain you now. My love is not measured by what you can do for me, but by what I have already done for you. Let your breath become a prayer. With every inhale, receive my spirit. With every exhale, release your worries into my hands. You do not need eloquent words to reach me. Sometimes a sigh, a whispered "help me," or even silent tears are prayers more precious to me than long speeches. For I listen not only to the sound of your voice, but also to the beating of your heart. There are times you may feel useless, as though your best years are behind you, as though you have nothing more to give. But I say to you now, as long as breath remains in you, I have purpose for you. Even in the quiet seasons, when the world does not notice you, I notice. Even when you feel forgotten by people, you are never forgotten by me. Your breath is not only proof of life, it is proof of relationship. I breathed into the first man, Adam, and he became a living soul. In the same way, my breath is in you, and you are alive not only for the sake of existing, but for the sake of knowing me. This life you live is not sustained by chance, but by my intention. Think of the times you sat outside and felt the wind against your face. You could not see the wind, yet you knew it was real because you felt it. In the same way, my spirit is always moving around you and within you. Your every breath is an echo of my presence, a reminder that you are not alone. When your breathing grows heavy and slow, when you find yourself weary, I do not withdraw. I am near to the brokenhearted, near to the weak, near to those who call out to me. You may fear the day when breath will finally cease, but let me tell you a mystery. For my children, the last breath on earth is not the end. It is the doorway to eternal life. The moment you release your final breath here, you will awaken in my presence, filled with a breath that never fades. So do not fear, for even death cannot rob you of the life I have given. Let this truth comfort you. I am nearer to you than the very breath in your lungs. You cannot escape my presence, nor would I allow you to. When you feel anxious in the night, whisper my name and know that I am already listening. When you feel joy at the laughter of family or the sight of beauty in creation, breathe deeply and recognize that it is my joy being shared with you. I want you to live your remaining days not in fear of what is slipping away, but in gratitude for what is still here, my sustaining love. I want you to look at each breath not as something ordinary but as a gift from my hand. Every inhale is my yes over your life. Every exhale a release of your burdens into my keeping. So rest in me, my child. Do not hurry. Do not worry. Your breath is safe in my hands, for I am the Lord who sustains you. As surely as the sun rises and sets, as surely as the tide ebbs and flows, so surely I remain faithful. Your breaths may one day falter, but my faithfulness never will. Live in this moment with me, for I am here. Every breath you take is proof of my love, and I will never let you go. My beloved child, do you remember the prayers you whispered when you thought no one was listening? The ones spoken through tears on your pillow, or muttered under your breath as you stood at the kitchen sink, or carried silently in your heart because words would not come? None of them have been lost. Not a single prayer has slipped away into emptiness. Every prayer, whether long or short, strong or weak, confident or trembling, has reached my heart. You may sometimes wonder, did my prayers matter? Did God hear me at all? You may remember times when you prayed for healing, for provision, for protection, and the answer did not arrive in the way you hoped. Perhaps you felt disappointment. Perhaps you felt as though your words bounced back from the ceiling. But hear me now. No prayer has ever been wasted. None have disappeared into silence. I have treasured them all. The prayers you thought were too small, I valued. The prayers you thought were too weak, I strengthened. The prayers you forgot, I remembered. For I do not measure the worth of your prayers by their eloquence or length, but by the sincerity of your heart. A child who cries, "Father, help me," brings joy to the heart of a parent, no matter how simple the words. In the same way, your prayers, even the faintest whispers, are precious to me. Do you recall the times you prayed for loved ones? For your children, grandchildren, friends, or even strangers? Some of those prayers you may not live to see fulfilled, but I am faithful to carry them forward. Long after you have spoken them, I am still weaving answers. The seeds of prayer are like seeds in the soil. They may be hidden, unseen for a time, but they are alive, growing in my perfect timing. I know you have asked me many why questions. Why did I lose that loved one so soon? Why was the burden so heavy? Why didn't you intervene in the way I longed for? My child, I tell you with tenderness, you see only in part, but I see the whole. Your prayers did not vanish into the void. Some became the unseen strength that carried you through trials. Some became the quiet shield that protected your family from dangers you never even knew were near. Some became testimonies yet to be revealed, stories that will unfold in eternity when all things are made clear. Even now I invite you to think of prayer not as a performance, but as conversation. Too often, my children think they must speak in a certain way, or have the right words for me to listen. But I am a father, and I love the sound of my children's voices. Your honesty is more valuable to me than your perfection. When you prayed in anger, I listened. When you prayed in doubt, I leaned in. When you prayed in despair, I held you. Every cry, every groan, every sigh reached me. Consider this. Even the prayers you prayed decades ago are still before me. Do you remember the seasons when you begged me to guide your family? When you pleaded for strength to endure hardship? Those prayers are not buried in the past. They remain alive before my throne. Time may fade memories for you, but nothing is forgotten by me. And here is a mystery for you to hold in your heart. Some prayers echo beyond your lifetime. A grandmother's prayer may rise up generations later to cover a child she never met. A whispered request for peace may shape the course of a nation in ways unseen. You may never know on this earth the full weight of what your prayers accomplished, but in eternity you will see the tapestry I have woven from your faithfulness. Do not despise the prayers that feel unanswered. Some answers take the shape of protection, where I closed a door to save you from harm. Some answers come through delay, where I stretched your faith to prepare you for what was coming. Some answers are hidden, waiting for the day when you step into my presence and finally understand. Trust this. No prayer is wasted, no word forgotten. Even now, I urge you to continue praying. Do not let age, weariness, or disappointment silence your voice. Prayer is not limited by your strength or mobility. You may not be able to travel as you once did, but your prayers travel farther than your feet ever could. You may not be able to work as tirelessly as you once did, but your prayers work even when you sleep. You may feel as though your influence has diminished, but your prayers still shake the heavens and move the earth. Think of prayer as breathing with me. Just as you inhale and exhale, let your prayers rise naturally from your heart. A moment of gratitude, a word of surrender, a cry for mercy. These are enough. You do not need to dress them up. You do not need to impress me. I am already near. My child, I want you to know how deeply I delight in your prayers. They are not burdens to me. They are treasures. Scripture says your prayers rise like incense before my throne, a sweet fragrance to me. Can you see it? Every whispered plea, every word of worship, every cry for help rising like a fragrance, filling my dwelling place. This is how much they matter to me. So continue to speak with me. Continue to share your heart. When you are lonely, talk to me. When you are joyful, sing to me. When you are afraid, call upon me. When you are weary, simply breathe my name. I am here, I am listening, and I will never let your prayers disappear. Rest in this truth. Not one word has been lost. Not one tear has gone unnoticed. Not one sigh has escaped my ears. I am the God who hears, the God who treasures, the God who answers in ways seen and unseen. And when you stand with me in eternity, you will finally see the fullness of how your prayers shape the story of your life and the lives of those you love. Until then, speak freely, for I am listening, always. My beloved child, hear me clearly. I did not create you to perform for me. I created you to walk with me, to know me, and to be known by me. Too often, my children put on masks, even in prayer, thinking they must come polished, strong, and certain. But I am not impressed by performances. I am moved by honesty. I delight in truth that flows from the depths of your heart, even when that truth is heavy with questions, doubt, or grief. You have spent many years carrying burdens, sometimes silently, sometimes with a brave smile for those around you. You have endured seasons of loss, disappointment, and struggle. Perhaps you felt that you could not admit your weakness, as though to do so would make your faith less valid. But I say to you now, bring it all to me, every question, every fear, every tear. There is nothing about your humanity that drives me away. Do you see? I am not threatened by your doubt. I am not startled by your anger. I am not put off by your sadness. I welcome these into my presence because I long for relationship, not performance. A parent does not demand a child to always be smiling, always composed. A parent longs to see the real heart of the child. In the same way, I want the real you, not the mask, not the polished words, not the rehearsed version. I want your heart exactly as it is. Consider the saints you have read about in Scripture. Did not David cry out in anguish, pouring forth raw questions in his psalms? Did not Job wrestle with pain, even accusing me of unfairness? Did not Jeremiah weep, and even my son Jesus, Cry out in Gethsemane, why? None of these were cast away for their honesty. On the contrary, their openness became the doorway for my presence and my strength. So, my child, you are free to be real before me. If you feel weary, tell me. If you feel confused, tell me. If you are afraid of death, admit it. If you are lonely, pour it out. Do not hide. For hiding does not protect you. It only keeps you distant from the very one who can comfort you. I want you to picture this. My presence is like a safe room, a sanctuary where nothing you bring will shock me, nothing will repel me. You can lay down your burdens here, your doubts, your regrets, your guilt, your questions, and instead of judgment, you will find my embrace. Instead of shame, you will find my mercy. Instead of rejection, you will find my welcome. You may think of moments when you said things in anger, prayers that sounded more like complaints than praise. Do not regret them. Those words too reached me and they mattered. When you cried out, even in frustration, you were still turning toward me. And that is faith, even when it feels weak. Faith that I am the one worth speaking to, the one who hears even when your heart is troubled. Let me tell you something you must not forget. I desire you more than your words, your rituals, or your works. I desire your presence more than your perfection. When you come to me just as you are, you honor me more deeply than when you pretend to be something you are not. Bring me your laughter, but also bring me your tears. Bring me your thanksgiving, but also bring me your laments. Bring me your joys, but also your regrets. I want it all. For I am the Lord who already knows every thought in your mind before you speak, every feeling in your heart before you admit it, every struggle in your soul before you confess it. I do not need your performance. I want your honesty. My child, think of how exhausting it can be to maintain a front for others, to smile when you are aching, to nod when you have questions. That is not the life I invite you to with me. With me, you can exhale. With me, you can be unmasked. With me, you can find rest for your weary soul. And here is the beauty. When you bring your unfiltered heart to me, I do not leave you in your pain. I meet you there, and I begin to transform it. Your doubts can become stepping stones toward deeper faith. Your grief can become the soil where my comfort grows. Your weakness can become the very place where my strength is revealed. But this happens only when you allow yourself to be real, when you bring it all honestly into my light. So do not think that you dishonor me by confessing your struggles. It is the opposite. You honor me by trusting that I am strong enough to handle them. And I am. I am the God who holds the universe in place. Do you think I am fragile before your tears? I am the God who bore the weight of sin on the cross. Do you think I will turn away from your sorrow? No, my beloved, I draw closer still. Let this truth free you. Your humanity does not scare me. Your imperfections do not distance me. Your honesty does not offend me. What pushes me away is not weakness, but pride, when my children pretend they have no need of me. But you, who are willing to come as you are the ones I hold nearest to my heart. So breathe deeply and come freely. Do not rehearse your words. Do not censor your thoughts. Speak as you would to the closest friend. Cry if you need to cry. Laugh if you need to laugh. Sit in silence if you need to sit in silence. All of it is welcome with me. I am not a God who demands a performance. I am a Father who desires relationship. I do not seek perfect prayers. I seek a present heart. Come to me honestly and you will find that I am not only near, but I am your refuge, your strength, and your everlasting friend. My beloved child, do not despise your weakness. Do not see it only as a burden or a shame. For in my kingdom, what the world calls weakness, I call opportunity. What the world calls frailty, I call an open doorway for my power to enter. Your aging body, your trembling hands, your slowing steps, these are not signs that I have abandoned you. They are reminders that you were never meant to carry life by your own strength. Do you remember when you were younger and thought you could do it all? You carried your family, worked long hours, served tirelessly, and prided yourself in being strong? But even then, every ounce of your strength came from me. Now, as your body grows weary, you see more clearly what has always been true. You have always needed me, and now in this season you can lean on me without pretending otherwise. I do not shame you for needing help. I do not look down on you for being dependent. Dependence on me is not failure. It is the design of your life. From the moment I breathed life into you, you were created to walk with me, to rely on me, to draw strength from my presence. Your weakness simply makes room for my power to be revealed more fully. Think of the Apostle Paul, who cried out for his thorn to be removed. Do you remember my answer to him? My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. My child, that was not only for Paul, that is for you. When you feel your strength slipping away, when your body no longer does what you wish, when you are frustrated by your limits, remember this. It is in those very places that my grace shines brightest. The world may tell you that strength is found in independence, self-sufficiency, and control. But I tell you that true strength is found in surrender, in reliance, in trusting me when you cannot trust yourself. The world honors youth and vitality, but I honor humility and faith. And often those gifts grow strongest in the soil of weakness. Do you see what I am doing? I am turning your weakness into a holy portal. Where you cannot, I can. Where you lack, I provide. Where you falter, I uphold. Where you fall short, I complete. Your weakness is not a wall that separates you from me. It is a doorway that ushers me in. I know there are days when you feel frustration. You long for the energy you once had. You wish you could do the things you used to do. You may feel left behind, forgotten, or even useless. But my child, hear me. You are never useless in my hands. Your value is not measured by what you accomplish, but by who you are in me. Even in a chair, even in a bed, even in silence, you can be a vessel of my glory. For my spirit is alive in you, and my strength flows through you, even now. Think of it this way. When the vessel is cracked, the light shines through more clearly. When your body feels broken, it gives me space to reveal the radiance of my spirit within you. Your weakness is not the end of your story. It is the stage on which my strength is displayed. Do not hide your frailty from me. Do not cover your trembling with shame. Bring it openly, honestly, and let me meet you there. When you stumble, I will lift you. When you are weary, I will carry you. When you cannot, I will. This has always been my promise, and I will not fail you now. There is also this mystery. Your weakness softens your heart to others. Do you notice how more tender you have become, more compassionate toward those who struggle? Your own pain has carved wells of mercy within you. This too is my work. I am shaping you into my likeness, not by making you invincible, but by teaching you to love deeply, forgive freely, and rest completely in me. Do not fear what lies ahead. You may wonder how much weaker your body will grow, how much sharper the decline will be. You may fear being a burden or losing your independence. But I tell you, even if your body falters, even if your mind grows dim, your spirit is safe in me. Nothing can separate you from my love, not weakness, not aging, not even death itself. In fact, the final weakness you will face, the moment your earthly breath fails, is not defeat but victory. For in that moment you will pass fully into my strength. You will shed the fragile body and rise clothed in glory, where weakness will be no more. What you feel slipping away now is only temporary. What I have prepared for you is eternal. So take courage, my beloved. Do not curse your weakness. Let it be the holy space where I dwell most powerfully. Let it remind you that you are not abandoned but embraced, not failing but being filled, not diminishing but being refined. Every moment you lean on me, every sigh of surrender, every prayer of dependence is precious to me. And I promise you this, as your body weakens, my spirit within you grows stronger. As your steps falter, my hand steadies you. As your voice trembles, my word upholds you. As your sight dims, my vision for you shines brighter. Your weakness is not the end. It is the opening through which my eternal strength pours into your soul. So rest in me, lean on me, trust me. For I am your strength when you are weak, your song when you are silent, your hope when you are weary, your life when you feel frail. And I will carry you safely, breath by breath, until you stand in the fullness of my strength forevermore.